Youth crime, home invasions, knives. Across the country, it feels like crimes are getting more violent and the offenders younger. Dr. Ash Gordon's story is one I wish we didn't have to tell, but we must. He's gone, and those charged with his murder are barely more than kids. 16. One was on bail.
There needs to be a change. There needs to be a change.
I'm sick and tired of all these politicians making all these suggestions that they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and they never do a damn thing.
You're not the first family to go through this, and
No.
sadly,
No.
you're not going to be the last.
No. He should be here, not where he is.
Catherine and Glenn's son Ash loved to make people laugh. From a small coal mining town in country Victoria, he worked hard to put himself through medical school, and at 33 was living his best life. He was helping others as Dr. Ashley Gordon. Catherine, the thing I noticed from all the photos of him around the house is that smile.
Oh, he lit up a room. Cheeky, smiling, determined.
Fair to say he's a bit of an overachiever?
Yes, oh yes. He put his mind to it, he was going to do it. He was done 2 degrees and ended up becoming a GP. Opened up his own business in Richmond.
And that's the cruel contrast, isn't it? That Ash has dedicated his life to saving lives, yet his was taken in this
Horrible way.
He was stabbed multiple times, not just once. And unfortunately, the main one went through his heart.
Asleep in bed, a place we should all feel safe, Ash woke in the early hours of January 13. It's alleged he found strangers in his Doncaster unit in Melbourne's northeast. Ash chased them and was stabbed to death. He was found at 5:30 in the morning, less than a kilometre from his unit.
That's right.
Severely injured, but he died at the scene.
That's right.
How did you find out the news?
Yeah.
His flatmate rang and then he said that Ashley had gone. And I said, gone where? He's gone, he's no longer with us. And I hung up on him. And then the detective rang and I told him that I didn't believe him. And he said, how can I get you to believe? I said, until there is a police person in uniform in front of me, it's not happening.
Well, you don't want to believe, do you?
No,
You don't want to believe that, no.
No. And we saw the police car coming up. And I just prayed to God they kept going.
And we'll miss him.
Take your time.
And I know people have said, why did he go after him? I think adrenaline.
I would have done the same thing.
What was your reaction when you heard the age of the alleged offenders?
Where were the parents and what were they doing roaming the streets at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I was shocked, but wasn't surprised.
The two charged with Ash's murder are just 16. Teenagers. Also charged with aggravated burglary and theft. One of them was on bail at the time. It comes as Victoria's looking at softening youth bail laws.
They can't soften bail.
Victorian government's a disgrace. They should get out of office if that's their way of thinking.
They need to sit where I'm sitting right now, don't they? Look you
Oh,
in the
yes.
eye
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
explain why
Yep.
they think this is good.
Yep.
Yeah, and it will continue happening, to my belief, until a judge or a politician's family has to sit where we are.
Look, youth crime around the country is a problem, and in Victoria, it's reached a 9-year high. Yet Victoria's Attorney General has said, I do not want a discussion about a youth crime crisis that doesn't exist. What do you think of that?
What planet are they on? They're certainly not on ours.
If it's not a crisis, what is it?
That's a cowardly response from them. That's all I can say.
On every wall in Glenn and Catherine's home, a reminder of what's been lost. Ash was the youngest of 5, adored by his 8 nieces and nephews. He was the glue, everyone's favourite. Sisters Natalie, Kerry, Tammy and brother Brad sway between their grief and rage.
He was a big part of our family, like.
Sorry. Your poor parents.
It's not something anyone ever thinks they need to help their parents through.
I don't think it's sunk in for me yet, so just angry every day.
Whoever did this, they need to pay. The justice system has gone so soft on youth crime. It needs to change.
I said to Ashley that one day he was going to win a Nobel Prize.
Yes.
There is a numbness at this table, and they fear it'll never go away.
Yeah, there's a person missing, isn't there?
There is a person missing.
A family united in this fight to change the system. They know the road ahead. It's cruel to families already suffering so much. If this goes to trial, it could be years away because of the court backlogs.
That's right.
And then if found guilty, it's likely there'll be a significantly less sentence because of the age.
Yeah, it's a joke, and what big boys crime, they should do a big boys time.
A bit of straight talking from Glenn. But even he knows justice won't bring back their boy.
Actually, I was only just talking to him about starting a family, and he said, "Oh, I'm thinking about it."
Get married. All of it's gone now. Everything. His life is gone. And that's why whoever's done this, they've got to pay for it.
Ash should be with us today,
Yes.
and I reckon he'd be really proud of the strength you've both shown.
He'd be proud.
What do you even say? And I want to stress that Catherine and Glenn had only good things to say about the detectives and the police on the case. They're hamstrung, also let down by a system that's broken.